and welcome back to the Renaissance Room podcast. And really quick, I just want to say this because, I think it's very easy to assume that people who are gay are, like when we talk about pedophilia, right? People who are trans, people who are gay easily will identify with these things because it's like, okay, yes, it's, there's some homosexuality here. But I think it's important to recognize that if you are someone if you feel like that's your truth, you feel like you walking in, if that's what you decide to do with your life, you do as a gay person, right? If you are a gay person, you feel like you're walking in your truth and you're living your life, you do have a right, and I would think some type of obligation to stand up against pedophilia and also take acknowledgement that this is actually happening and that people like children are affected by this. And you do also, as a gay person, I would think, need to kind of look at this and realize, like, you know what? Yeah, there is a bit of a mass agenda to push and project. Because one thing I know is, like, when it comes to like gay people, like just straight gay people who just decided to live their life as such, the only thing they ever wanted was just to live in peace. Right? They weren't sitting up here advocating for this to be taught in the school systems. And, I definitely spoke about a time where I was in a classroom and a young boy was called gay. I don't condone that. I don't condone that because that just completely, it's not okay. In that moment, I knew that this little boy, because he said something. He said something about, he jokingly said that someone in the classroom was a pedophile. So I knew in that moment that was a real thing. I think in our communities is something we don't educate our kids enough about. And I think that there is a mass agenda. Like, there's a huge agenda. I'm sitting on YouTube and it's saying, click this to take a gay test. Like, what? And it looks like some type of cartoon. So I would only imagine if your kids are on YouTube for an endless amount of hours that this is possibly an ad that they're seeing. So that stuff, I do feel like, if you want to be involved in advocacy in regards to like the whole nine or whatever, like you do need to speak up about that. And you do need to talk about how there are some predators in this arena, and that's real.